Hi, today I'm going to comment to one of our most successful videos, a rescue that happened 7 years ago, the rescue of Sweetie. Why am I telling you this? Because this was a very complex rescue and I don't feel that I managed to convey everything that happened on a 7-minute video. So today I'm going to tell you some stories that happened that I never got to tell on that original video. Just have a look. This is the rescue of Sweetie. Death in the forest, I call her. This is the moment I saw her. She was abandoned there. She had been left for by God knows who. Just look at her skin. Her skin was completely raw. It was exposed. Look at this. There were ticks all over. I mean, it was terrible. So pathetic to see her like this. Apparently, that person that found her, she took her to a vet, and the vet dosed her with motor oil. They say that it would be good for her. So this is how I found her, completely covered in motor oil. It was unbelievable, something I have never seen. So we took Sweetie to our vet, and when she arrived there, she was completely exhausted. Just look at this, she could barely move. After days and days having been on the fields, I mean, God knows what she went through. And we immediately noticed something. She looks so different to any other dog that we have rescued. She was a Galgo Podenco mix. This is a breed that we have in Spain that is very prized by hunters because these dogs are incredibly fast. They use them to hunt rabbits and small prey. Look at this. Wow, she was amazing, so sweet. So she was there in treatment for a few weeks, and immediately she started recovering, and you could see that a new character emerged. I mean, this was a dog that had been abused all her life and suddenly found people that love her. After she was in the hospital, we took her to a dog hotel where she stayed for a few more months while her hair grew up. And I tell you, what an amazing dog. Just look at this. Look at this. I mean, look at this expression. Her ears were huge. Look at this. If this is not a dog that you fall in love instantly with. I mean, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She had no hair in her entire body. There was only a little bit left on the head, but just look at this. Anyway, she recovered and she was adopted by a really nice family in the Isle of Wight in the UK. So I started planning the trip, and this was going to be really complicated because there were so many regulations. You couldn't fly her there because there was another ferry, because she was due to go to one of the Channel Islands. So we rented a car, my girlfriend and I, and okay, we started the journey. It was going to be a 2.5-3 day trip. My girlfriend at the time was pregnant, and we didn't know if she had to come. I mean, it was a risk because she was already in advanced pregnancy, but still she insisted, yeah, let me go with you, I will help you. So we started the trip, we left Spain, and we stopped in a little hotel somewhere in France to spend the night. Just look at Sweetie, how beautiful, so friendly. This was when we took her for a walk the following morning. Look at this, she looks like a prancing horse. Beautiful. Her hair had already started to come out. She was looking very different. Look at the collar we bought her. Red with spikes, looking very regal. And there she was. This is her in the back seat. She made all the trip. She was looking out the window, looking at the journey, why I was stopping here. Guys, give me some food. Look at this, look at this. That was incredible. She was so curious. And all of this I was recording with my mobile phone. So we started the journey on the ferry. That was the ferry that was gonna take us to the Isle of Wight. There we were. Wow, such memories. I didn't have my kids with us. The landing. So here we are, landing in the Isle of Wight. all of this very British. Behind was left France. There you see they were driving on the left hand side. By the way, if you haven't driven on the left hand side, I recommend you do it, but very carefully, because it's not easy. You see all the cars coming at you from the other. Wow, scary. Anyway, long roads, very, very narrow forest road, and that was the moment when she arrived to the family. This family was really great, really loving. They were in love with her at first sight, and just that was a beautiful moment. You knew that after all these months of treatment and all these months of appeals and everything, she had been saved, and there was she with the beautiful lady and her dogs that immediately accepted her. Immediately she felt very much at home. You see, they're showing her the toys, but she was not great with toys. You see, this is what happens with dogs that have been rescued from abuse and from these hunting setups that they have. They live in groups of 20, 30 dogs, and obviously they don't know how to play with anything, because they never play, they just focus on survival. There she is. There were another 4 or 5 dogs in the house. It was a new life in the Isle of Wight. So then following morning, after we woke up, the husband took us to the sea. He was a fisherman in his spare time. And there she is. Sweetie has never seen the sea. She's used to dry land, and there she is. We're taking her to a boat. These people were so nice to her, so proud. Beautiful moment. Poor Sweetie, she didn't really know where she was and what the hell was she doing there. She was very intrigued by the birds and the smells of the sea. Wow, she must have been flipping out. I tell you, this dog was not designed to be on the water, and there she was. We had been traveling for 3 days, and there we were. At some point she decided to explore the boat, so she went inside. After she took a pee inside the boat, she came out. There were other people there, but look at this. She had already decided that this was the life that she wanted to have. That day was beautiful. It was the beginning of spring. It was crisp and lovely, and she looked like an old dog, old sea dog. After that, in the afternoon, we went to the beach with the rest of the dogs. And again, look at this. She was just not used to the water. She was so afraid. They're like, look, no. That was so great. Ooh, she wanted to go. And after that, we just went for a walk in the main city. Everybody was looking at her. She looked so different. Everybody asking questions, and because it's a really small place, everybody knew the family. The next day she came out on the newspapers. This is this dog rescued from Spain. So they say, okay, what can we have? Let's have a bite to eat or something. So we went into the village hotel. Looked very classic, very British. Look at this, the carpet everywhere. And that was nice because they let the dogs in without problem. So we went into the back garden. It was beautiful. Pre-COVID day. And pre-COVID, imagine 7 years ago, or nearly 8 years ago. It's amazing when you look at these videos how time flies. This is our little thing. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can click on this button. It really helps. Oi! What happens? Sorry. It's the first time that we do this. So there she was, sitting there looking beautiful, and that was supposed to be the end of the story. This is the moment where we left Sweetie there with her beautiful family, and there weren't gonna be any problems, and then we leave, we drive back to Spain, another 3-day journey, so exhausting, and then about 2 weeks later we start having problems. They tell us that there are some things with her smell and this and that, and so we say, let's take her to the vet. Maybe her skin is not completely healed yet. Maybe she needs to continue her treatment. We thought she was okay already, but it's normal. These things happen. So then the family takes her to the vet, and the vet does something appalling. He freaks out. He gives the family a really hard time. Why did you adopt a Spanish dog? These dogs have diseases that we don't have over here, and this and that. And when we told her that, when the family told them that she had leishmaniasis, he wanted to kill her. I mean, he said, no, this dog he cannot live here. We have to euthanize her. It was really difficult. It was really, really difficult dealing with that vet. On top of it, the vet refused to speak to us. We had to have the family in the middle, and the family was so kind, and she wanted to trust that vet. And anyway, at the end, I said, look, no, this is not gonna work. Let's bring her back to Spain. And so we got Sweetie back. They sent her by plane, and we picked her up over here. So Sweetie was with us for a while, and then we found her another family, because nobody wanted to adopt her here in Spain. I don't know why. I mean, hunting dog with no hair and black, nobody wanted her. So, but we found her a great home, this time in Germany. And that's me taking her to Germany. Look at me. I look 7 years younger. And if this is not the most handsome guy you've ever seen, I don't know. You haven't seen enough handsome guys. That was great. Anyway, we went by airplane, went to the airport. Ooh, she wasn't happy that I was recording. And there we were at the airport explaining the trip. And at that point, I felt that, God, look, this is, by the way, every time that we fly with a dog, we have to pay not only for the flight ticket for us, but also for the flight ticket for the dog. And these things are usually quite expensive. Not only you have to pay, I don't know, maybe there's 400 euros there, but on top of it, you have to pay for the box, for the sky kennel. I mean, it's not an easy operation, I have to say. But anyway, it's always very good because we're taking the animals home. We were flying with Air Europa, or with what? Or with Lufthansa? I don't know. This is probably Lufthansa. And we arrived to Frankfurt. There we are. We had taken 2 dogs. That was Sundance. One day I'll tell you Sandra's story. And that was the moment when they arrived to the family. Sundance fell at home immediately, and so did Sweetie. And so we were in the car with Andrea and her niece, and she was so happy that we finally had delivered Sundance and Sweetie. That was so great. Andrea is a great animal lover from Germany. For so many years she's been involved in animal rescue, not only dogs and cats, but also horses. I mean, really a great friend. She became a great friend. For many years we have saved many animals together. So Andrea, if you're watching this, just lots of love from Spain. We miss you, and we're remembering these moments. So there she was taking us for dinner. We did go for dinner to a typical Bavarian restaurant. Well, I have to say quite a few things about German food, but maybe it's not the right time to say it. Guys, German food. Yeah, German food. But anyway, look at this. Beautiful landscape, beautiful fields, also green. The dogs absolutely love it. And Sweetie had gone from living in Spain, from living in an island in England, all water, and now she found herself with her best friend Sundance in Germany. Let me see if we see Sweetie again, because some images, look at this. There she is with the other dog of the family. That was great. That was Debbie. Debbie, hello. Look at this. We all look so young 8 years ago. Look at her. So happy. In Germany, people like black dogs. Over here in Spain, most people don't like them, but wow. And then it started to rain, and then I knew, look at me. God, 8 years ago. Unbelievable. And this is where they live, surrounded by forest, beautiful air. God. So this is why we like to take dogs to Germany, because once they get there, they fall in place and they know this is a beautiful life they have. German people are amazing dog lovers. They're really great. Sometimes they're a bit too strict. They prioritize order and discipline, and that somehow it doesn't really match too well with me as a person. I am much more free spirit. But in Germany, one thing that you notice is that all dogs are so polite. You see, dogs, they like order, they like routine. So for them, the German character is just perfect. Look at them. This is the environment where they live. Beautiful forest, walks. That lady Andrea also have horses. So these dogs that went through so much, Sweetie, that was left in such a horrible condition, this is where she ended up, with one of the nicest ladies that we have ever met, and that was just so great. I'm so proud we did this. And that was the return home. In those days I used to film everything myself. Sergio, that is filming this, wasn't with us, and there was a lot of work. Look, this is me shooting myself, looking interesting. Yeah. Wow. That was a trip back to memory lane. 7 years ago. Amazing how time flies. We have done so many of these over the years. We have taken them to and rescued from every continent. Just a couple of days ago we were making a list of the countries and the cities where our dogs are, and there are hundreds of them. Really, seriously, from Northern Europe to Northern Africa, Asia, the States, Canada, South America. We have rescued animals everywhere, and we have adopted them to families everywhere as well. It's been quite a journey, like Sweetie's journey in a way. So this was my first reaction video. I don't know how this thing is gonna go. I mean, sometimes I see them with gamers and stuff reacting to videos and to music videos, whatever. I don't know how this thing is gonna work. If you like how this is, just please press the like button, leave a comment, tell me to do another more of these ones, and I might be able to tell you some other stories. Okay, guys, thank you very much for being here. And this trip happened 7 years ago, and see, we have never stopped. I'm actually getting older and I'm still doing the same shit. Rescuing dogs, taking them to their homes. Wow, it's a never-ending quest and mission. Don't forget that everything we do here happens thanks to your donations and your support. So please, if you can, just donate or join me on my Patreon support group. Very important. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.